In this week's segment, cancer takes so much from the patients and their families. But there are ways to brighten up a young person's day. And in this case, it came from a colorful and unlikely place. Makes him this week's Extraordinary Ordinary. Typical sights and sounds of a tattoo shop. Needle carving away the lasting image on a person's skin. Rock music blaring in the background. Some wincing from the pain. Here at Ink Wolves, they've seen all sorts of people hop into the chair.
Yeah, everybody from, 16-year-old kids. I've tattooed an 80-year-old man, 70-year-old women, just anyone and everyone, every walk of life you could think of. There's no such thing as a wrong time to get a tattoo, you know what I mean?
And usually the motivation behind a permanent reminder is a permanent memory.
A lot of different people get tattoos for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes the tattoo can help people get through a tough time in life, you know what I mean, and put it behind them.
And if there was ever a tattoo moment for Seth, it came towards the end of last year.
I lost my mom in October to breast cancer. It sucks. That's why I say cancer is a cancer, you know what I mean? It's horrible. There's ways to help people that are dealing with something like that.
So when given the chance to brighten someone else's day going through something similar, he jumped in head first by allowing these little feet to dangle from a chair that is usually occupied by adults.
There we go.
By replacing rock with Disney.
The music's not the same, but I sing along to every song.
And by bending the #1 rule they have in this shop, just this one time.
I didn't know what to expect, and I was like, I'm bringing a toddler into a tattoo shop. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, she's kind of, she doesn't really fit the bill, but, she's worth it.
All of the employees were singing along with it. Moana and Frozen and all sorts of fun things. She just loved it. She loved it. They literally made it just such an awesome, special day.
So how did a 3-year-old end up here? Well, little Trinity is infatuated with Dad's tattoos. So Mom thought, why didn't she get her own? Now, before we overload the switchboard of the Department of Children and Families, these are tattoos with markers. They wash off after about 6 days, which is perfect for a 3-year-old battling neuroblastoma.
A lot of people think, oh, you just go to the hospital, do a couple rounds of chemo, and then you're all good. Or they see that Trinity's hair is growing back, and they're like, oh, she must have beat cancer. And that's not the case.
She still has cancer in her body, an inoperable tumor. Doctors are still trying to figure out what to do next, but Trinity, rocking these sleeves and tattoos, is a great way to raise awareness, forget about life for a second, have a little fun. And it shows a side of the artist that maybe we didn't even know was there.
These tattoo artists aren't these big, bad, mean people. Like, they're fathers and mothers, and they just want to love on these kids and love on the community.
Even though there's a sign that says no children, no exceptions, we all love kids. Outside of the shop, it's all about the kids, and even in the shop.
I can't take cancer away from her. I can't do the chemo instead. I can't do any of the treatments or the injections, but I can try to make sure that she has an awesome day as often as possible. Baba. Being able to come here, her smile said it all.
The next step for Trinity is to go to Michigan to see a neuroblastoma specialist. They have a blog where you can find out all their information as well as follow her journey towards her ringing her bell. I'll include that along with this story on my Facebook page. We'll also post it on fox13news.com. She'll also be featured in the Fashion Fun Secure event put on by the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation. That is May 17th. And of course, if you have any ideas, you can shoot me a suggestion on Facebook and on Twitter.